My name is Jolie, and today we're going to explore how to create an altar. That's my one behind me. It's a total mess at the moment because I've been away for the last month, so it needs redoing. Everyone should do them differently. You know, it's a personal thing. So this isn't the way to create an altar. This is the way I create my altar, but it might be a useful starting point for you to go off and discover how you would like to do it for yourself. So what we're going to repeat, my familiar. So my altar space is in our bedroom, which is also a shared space, but it means I can close the door and be in here with my husband in the living room and be in a private space. And it's kind of hidden away. So it's a mess at the moment. I'm going to be cleaning it up. That's the point of this video. But I have it tucked behind a curtain. So it's kind of private. And that's what it looks like with the curtain pulled back, and then that pillow is covering a multitude of sins, stuff that I've brought back from Australia, and then just where I haven't used the space for a while, it's a bit of a mess. But that's what I'm going to be doing today, is clearing this up. But yeah, with the pillow pulled out like that, it's suddenly a really lovely space to sit, and it's private, and I'm not imposing all that mayhem on a shared space with Emlyn. Now we've selected a space for the altar to go, I'm going to now show you how to prepare. So first of all, I need to take all of this stuff down. So now I've taken down what I call the paperwork. And then there's the objects that are all over the altar as well. And for them, I'm going to polish them as I take them down as well. And then they'll be either put away or go back on the altar, depending on whether they're right for this season. So I'll just do that. So I have cleared away, let's take these off. Well, I've cleared away all of the objects from off of the altar. Then this is really dusty, and the material that was on there was really dusty as well. So taking everything off, and you can just feel like it was dirty. It needed doing. So now I'm going to give this a really good clean and a polish, and that means it's going to be a lovely fresh space to start creating again. Okay, so polished and cleaned, and the last thing to do is to smudge the area with some sage. And this is a clearing, cleansing herb, and it's used in many ceremonies and throughout the world as a way of cleansing a space. So you then take the sage, burn the sage, and then waft it around. Cleaned up all down the bottom as well, so I've pulled everything out, and then I've cleaned the floor underneath. So this side is where I keep my incense. These are all incense, and my smudge sticks, these are all incense, and then also my sigils. So this is my little bag of sigils, and then that's my sigil address book where I write down what they all mean in there. This is my offering bowl, and in here I put my offerings for the year. So this is everything that was off the altar from Christmas, and this I will keep in the bowl for the year. So it's things like Christmas tree, holly, rose petals from ceremonies that I've been doing, and I will burn these at the end of the year in a sacred fire. So I collect these offerings throughout the year, at the end burn them. These are all like pictures I'm not using, so I've selected some photos which are over here. These are all the different bits of paperwork that I'm going to use on the walls because they fit with spring. And selecting certain objects. My grandma unfortunately just passed away, and this is something I inherited from her, so that's going to go on the altar. So yeah, just clearing space, this was my mum's old pencil case box when she was little, and that's full of bits and bobs. Anything that I don't use on the altar, that will go in here. And then this here is all my divination stuff. So these are crystals. I've got tarot cards and different things there. And then these are teas, and this is lovely toiletries that are made, herbal toiletries. And then here I've got sacred water from different places. This was blessed on the Scorpio moon with La Luna, which is one of the performing witchcraft things that I do. And then this is from the Glastonbury White Spring. So I keep these wrapped up in the white cloth so that they aren't exposed to the sun. So this is what's kind of underneath the tablecloth of my altar space. So I know where everything is and I can get to it easily when I want to use it, but it's not all out and visible. Picking the cloths that I'm going to use. So I'm going to use this white fur because it represents the Virgin, and this is it's the beginning of the Virgin phase of the Wheel of the Year. So it's the point where the goddess is in her virgin state, and this is lovely in virgin white. And then I've got some really nice green satiny material, which I'm going to use to represent the spring leaves that are coming out now, and are good for picking and eating, and good for supporting our urinary tract systems, and for all of the lymphic system. Just, it's the time to clear your body out. Having spent winter eating fat and sugars, it's time to clear your body out. So that's why you have Easter fasting. And this is beautiful bright colours to celebrate the sun beginning to come out and all of the flowers that are blooming. And here it has where you're meant to put things on the altar. Now, this is just for you to see. It's not a fixed thing, and it's not how I set things out. And in fact, I even do my altar the wrong way round to this. The goddess is on the left and the god is on the right. I think that's even like part of the Christian thing of why, like, my mum used to get the cane at school for writing left-handed. And I think that that's because the devil was on your left and God was on your right. So it is a thing that God's on the right and the goddess is on the left, but it doesn't matter. The reason why I do mine the other way round, just here, I do it the right, in inverted commas, the right way round, or normally when I'm out and about. But it's because, this is ridiculous, but this is sloping, this space, and behind the Buddha here, there's a hook that I can tie my Buddha on with, because otherwise he'd slip off, and I want to use him on my altar. So it's the only reason why I do it the other way around. So my goddess stuff is on the right, which is I'll be adding more, but I've got a little lady here, and then my god stuff is on the left. So I will start placing objects on the altar now. I also want to show you this. So this is some yoni artwork. So this is a magical drawing of my vagina, which is my power portal. It's the place of my most deep magic, and so I keep this hidden underneath here. So this is kept underneath the pentagram, and that gives my magic spells even more strength and power. Now I've added what I call the paperwork. So this means that the altar space is starting to take shape. There's several pieces by Lisa Lister. So she did this portrait of me in the middle, which I love, and it looks very springtimey. She also gave me this card for the year, which is express. It says there at the bottom. So I've got to express myself this year, which I'm doing right now by sharing this video with you. And then also we've got the Empress up there, and she's just, obviously female power, being awesome. Then this is a list that I always write at New Year of quotes that are inspiring me, and I do a card reading and my number reading. My number reading for the year is 11, so it's going to be a good year for me, a big year for me apparently. And then these are quotes, and then compassion was another card I pulled for the year. And then I have failure, indolence, then Prince of Cups were my reading for the year. So make of that what you will. And then these are all images to do with springtime. So this bunch of photos here are my team. So these are women and characters that I call in when I'm casting circles. We've got the waxing moon, because the waxing moon is springtime, is the virgin moon. and plant a flower child. It's spring, so it's time to plant. It's a picture of me with my mummy because it's Mother's Day, and so it's time for mums and being in love with mums. This is my muse, Shona, and she's a sexy fox lady. I'll show you or do some work with you about finding your muse at some point. And then that's me at a festival where I was wearing a springtime garland. It's really important to have images of yourself on your altar. It seems really big-headed, but you are an embodiment of the goddess, and who are you to judge whether the goddess did well or not? Like, you're a facet of her, so you are divine and perfect and whole and beautiful and complete the way that you are. So you should celebrate yourself and the aspect of her that you represent on earth. And here's Datura, a herb, and then what was this one? Oh no, this is Datura. That one's Datura Moonflower, which my herbal gurus, Karen and Fiona from Sensory Solutions, sent me. What's this one? Oh, I'll have to find out what that one is. She sent me that as well, I think. Looks like it's Lady's Mantle. I think it's Lady's Mantle. So these were herbs that were speaking out to Karen for me to get to know and spend some time with, but she sent them just before I went away to Australia, so I need to reconnect with what they are and then connect with the plant. So yeah, now this is the paperwork, and now I'll begin adding the god and goddess statues and images to the altar. This is set. So I have my St. Bridget feathers celebrating virginity and in bulk, then Mother for Mother's Day, the Bridget cross, all of the images which I went through with you, the goddess statues and the god. And then on here I have plants and herbs and feathers and things that I collected in Australia, and this gorgeous necklace which is from the Tandanya Centre, the Aboriginal Centre that I spent a lot of time in. Then I have this pentagram flower in the middle, which is really good for holding things in. I have a candle that I keep there. And I've put all my crystals out, and down here I have, so although my god and goddess stuff's the wrong way round, I still put the god things together on the god side and the goddess things on the other side. So I have the crystal ball on the goddess side, and I'll put my cauldron, which is currently full of pens, but I put that over on this side as well, so that's on the right hand side. I've got my grandma's impala here, which we found in the attic. It said impala, no ears. And so obviously it was going to get thrown out because it's kind of a bit useless. But I was like, no, I'll have that. That can go on my altar space. It's her funeral on Friday, so I'm going to be thinking of her a lot in the next month or so. The bear represents me. That's my totem animal. And that's the Book of Shadows for the Hedge Shark Coven. This is some Aboriginal artwork that I brought back from Australia. And then this is Brighton Beach, but not the one in the UK. That's the one that I was just hanging out in South Australia. And then, yeah, the incense burner, which is for the left-hand side, feathers on the left-hand side. And I have all the incense things under there. And, yeah, the feminine stuff on the right with the offering bowl and my besom, which is this there. So everything is now in place, and now it's just time to enjoy using the space. So my altar is prepared, and now it's just a case of blessing her. And for this, you can say a poem, or it's whatever you want to do. Like for me, I think this is all about being creative, and I like to just sit with my altar space and think about what I want to manifest in the next part of the Wheel of the Year. So between now and May the 1st, we're going to be facing absolutely crazy times. That's for sure. And it's going to be, yeah, I mean, it's a complete mix-up. Everything's completely different to how it's ever been before. And some things about that are awful, and some things about that are going to be really exciting and inspiring. So my wish for the next month and a half is for community and love and kindness and generosity and the inspiration that comes from seeing what is possible when people work together and are a community and give each other love and the support that we need. Already I'm so amazed by some of the things that people are doing. My friend brought me my shopping today. She just went shopping for me, which I really, thank you, Lucy. So, you know, in the dark, there's so much light. It's yin and yang, and the light stands out more in the dark. So these times are here to test us and push us, but they're also here to inspire us and move us and mix things up and change things around. So I wish for calm and peace, and I hope that those who are really vulnerable and people suffering with depression and anxiety and any mental health issues are looked after and loved and supported by the community around them. So that's my blessings for this altar for the coming time. And thank you so much for watching my video. I hope it was interesting and useful. Let me know in the comments any questions you might have, anything that wasn't clear, let me know. And also just any feedback on making this video and things you'd like to see or learn more about. I'd love to hear from you. So thank you so much and enjoy the rest of your day.